Hey girl, welcome to the Feminine Founder Podcast, where we are all about learning and growing professionally so that we can build a life that we are proud of and really love. My name is Caroline, and I'm a LinkedIn expert obsessed with teaching female entrepreneurs how to start, grow, and scale their personal brand and business on LinkedIn. This podcast is all about sharing our stories and learning from each other on how to navigate our professional journey so that we can live our best lives. So if you are just starting your entrepreneurial journey or you are growing and scaling an epic company, you're in the right place, friend. Okay, today I want to unpack everything about Powerhouse Women event and the experience because I think it's been a huge game changer for me to actually get in the room, and I want to talk everything through with you guys, all the details about exactly how everything went down. So the Powerhouse Women community, I have been following them for years. I think back in the day I came across them either on Instagram or on Facebook. I'm not sure which one, but either way, I was in their Facebook group and I was part of their membership at the time. So back then it was not anything like what it is now, the glitz and the glam and the room full of 800 female entrepreneurs. And so I knew that eventually I wanted to go be in that room. So when the ticket and the details came out for the event in 2023, this was Thanksgiving, okay? And they were having a Black Friday sale. And I found the event online. I saw it published and everything, the dates and the pricing and everything. And they had a Black Friday sale. So Gary actually purchased that ticket for me for my Christmas present, which was the best Christmas present he could have ever given me because being in that room literally changed my life. So side note, get you a spouse who supports your dreams. So I purchased the ticket and I literally knew nobody, like had no friends, did not know anyone who was going, just started from scratch, but knew I needed to be there. So fast forward a couple months and I had been accepted into Kay She Get Mary's podcast mastermind. And I'm in the podcast mastermind with 8 other podcasters. And I find out that 4 of the girls, half of the girls that are there, are actually going to be at the podcast. Powerhouse Women too. So I was super excited to know they were going to be there. I knew I had friends that were going to be there, which made a huge difference as well. So the event's actually held in Scottsdale, Arizona. And it's held at this massive hotel, the JW Marriott Camelback Inn, which is this massive hotel, beautiful hotel on 125 acres. And the event is at the convention room right there too. So you can just stay at the hotel and then walk on over to the event. And if you're considering going to Powerhouse Women, I would highly suggest purchasing your room ahead of time because they sell out and book up quick. And also Powerhouse Women has a room block with discounted rates. So when I bought the ticket, I went ahead and bought the room as well. And I went ahead and did it for 3 nights because I knew getting from South Carolina all the way out to almost the West Coast was just going to take a full day of travel, which I'm actually really glad I did because Hurricane Debbie decided to blow in literally several days right before I was supposed to leave for the event and knock down a bunch of trees in our yard. So that was just fabulous. But anyways, we got everything cleared up and I was able to make my flight. I left on Thursday and I connected in Atlanta and then flew from Atlanta to Phoenix and then was able to get a ride from the Phoenix airport to the hotel in Scottsdale, which is about 25 minutes. So I'm there with myself on Thursday. On Friday, my friends start getting there. And so I am excited to see them. I meet up with my friend Shelby Claymont. We take an exercise class with a couple other of her friends. And so that's how we spent the day on Friday, which was great to get to meet other women who are going to be there and also get a good exercise in. So from there, I signed up when I purchased the ticket for the VIP ticket. I would highly encourage you, if you are going to go to these events, purchase the VIP version. Why? Because it is so worth it. It puts you in the room actually with the speakers. You have a chance to actually meet the people who are making moves on the panels, speaking everything, and the hosts as well. And so I would highly suggest if you decide to go to these networking events, get the VIP ticket. Typically, it's just a couple $100 more, and it's literally worth every penny. So because I purchased the VIP ticket, I was able to go to the PJs and Prosecco party on Friday night. So I don't know if you know me that well, but I was a little bit weirded out about wearing pajamas to a networking event. I don't know if you're like me, but I typically wear just an old t-shirt around the house. So I actually got on Amazon and ordered these pink silk pajamas. And there were about 10 others there at the actual event, which was fine. It was not a big deal. So anyways, the event was amazing. You had access to the speakers were there. They were just walking around. You could go up to them, talk to them, take pictures with them. They had merch there. They had a piercing booth. So I actually got a second piercing in both my ears. So now I have 2 holes. And I did that with the other girls that were there too. So it was almost like a bonding thing that we did, which was cool. And then they had a station for Glossy, Lori Harder's new supplement company, and also Kin, the non-alcoholic drink that is the huge trend with euphorics, which is really cool. So Friday night was the PJs and Prosecco party, and we went to that, got our ears pierced, met a lot of people, did a lot of networking. The energy in the room was just very high. It was a great place to network. Afterwards, we grabbed dinner together at the hotel, which was fun. So Saturday, we woke up, and that was the day of the event. And the event was a long, about 12-hour day. So I knew that I needed to wear something that was comfortable, but also fashionable, because there were going to be a lot of pictures taken and a lot of visibility there. So I went with Rent the Runway for my outfit for Powerhouse Women event, and I chose a yellow dress. It was a one-shoulder dress. And I was able to wear wedges half of the day, and then I brought flats in my swag bag for the other half because my feet completely gave out. So the event was about a 12-hour day. They had speakers back to back. They had a panel event. The main speaker was actually Jamie Kern Lima, which she was insanely amazing. And I actually stood in line over lunch for an hour and 45 minutes to meet her in person because I wanted her to sign my book. I wanted to get a picture with her. So it was a great experience of learning. I was in the room with 800 other female entrepreneurs, which, if you're an entrepreneur listening to this, surrounding yourself with other women that are doing the same things is literally a game changer. And my favorite part of they started with a wellness panel, and then they had individual speakers speak. These women actually were part of a speaker contest, and they were amazing. And then they went into Mary Seats actually spoke. Her background was really interesting. She came from being in the music industry, transitioning into marketing, and having her company basically bought out from under her and her pushed out, to her starting a whole new company. And she just has an amazing story. And then we broke and had lunch. And that's when I stood in line and waited to see Jamie Kern Lima, which was seriously worth every single minute. And then they had a podcast live, which is really cool because they had Lori Harder, Patrice Washington, and the Manifestation Babe, Catherine Zinka, speak, which was really cool because they talked about specifically the money, which is something that I think a lot of women shy away from because they're like, money, ew, numbers, ick. But it was really cool to see kind of how they dealt with money. And especially they went into even the mindset shifts of how they were raised with scarcity mindsets and how they had to transition that and kind of change their mind of how they thought about money and how to make money, where money comes from, and to adulthood. That's contributed to why they've been so successful. So Jamie Kern Lima was the keynote speaker for the event, and she literally was so amazing. One of the quotes that I wrote down that she said that was really impactful to me was, and her main theme of her keynote speech was overcoming self-doubt. And if you haven't read her book, Worthy, you need to go out and buy it right now. I just finished it. I'm on the process of reading it for a second time now, and it is seriously so freaking good. So one of the quotes that she said that I wrote down was, "What will you do with the power that is you?" She said that she wakes up and says that to herself every single day. So let me say that again. What will you do with the power that is you? And she goes on to talk about how setbacks are God's set-ups. And then another quote that she said that I wrote down that I loved was, "Know your why and fly, girl, fly." And she went on to talk about how self-doubt actually is the biggest dream killer. And I think that is so true because I've seen that happen so many times with other women. And we hold ourselves back wondering what people are going to think about us, thinking about if we're going to be judged, if people are going to criticize us or whatever. And yes, they're going to do that anyway. So who cares? Do your thing. And my encouragement to you, if you're listening to this episode, is even if it's a local event or a community that you can find online, do what you can to get in the room with the other women who are doing things that you want to do, because it'll make a huge difference in your life. It's that time of year again. Summertime is in full swing. I don't know if you're like me, but your girl hates drinking a warm beverage. That's why I created Chilled Vino. Chilled Vino is my patented drinkware product, designed with innovative cooling technology to keep your wine or cocktail cold. With a long stem and elegant feel, you can enjoy your wine or cocktails outdoors. Chilled Vino is shatterproof and resembles a wine glass made of BPA-free plastic. You place in the freezer 4 hours prior to using and remove, and voila, it'll keep your wine cold for hours. You can find at www.chilledvino.com or on Amazon.